Greetings! I'm Epictetus, and this is Epiktek. And guess what? We have... It's weird. Why did it do that? Anyway, we have, let's see, 6 emeralds and 4 diamonds, ore, that is, which we can then process. And we've got a pile of coal, and I'm excited about that. So let's get some of that. Gonna get those and a bunch of these going. But we are also going to be working with one of my favorite mods of all time, and also one of the most complicated. So you guys are probably going to be very happy that I'm actually going through this. But first, we're going to let those run, and we'll come back to do these later, because I want to handle those a little more specially. Applied Energistics. This mod is all about turning matter into energy and then storing it or doing things with it. As a matter of fact, a lot of their stuff is called ME this and that. So ME controller, ME drive, that sort of thing, because it stands for matter energy. This is going to automate so much of what we do. It's going to be awesome. So let's start off with one of the very first things we're going to need to do. Actually, I'm going to dig into one of the things that we're going to want to kind of aim for. Once we can get an ME crafting terminal, I will be a happy man. So that's not a problem. The calculation processor is going to require printed silicon, which comes from an inscriber, and printed silicon circuit is going to require a pure Certus quartz crystal. So this is the first thing we need to think about. And this, I happen to know, takes a very long time. So I want to get that started right away, because we're going to have to walk away and come back later. So pure Certus, pure Fluix, and pure nether quartz. This is what you got to do. You got to drop a Certus quartz seed made from Certus quartz dust and sand into a puddle of water, and then you wait, and you can make it faster with a crystal growth accelerator. Fluix seeds. Okay, hang on. Let's get these seeds here. So we're going to need Certus quartz dust and sand, nether quartz dust and sand, and Fluix dust, which is made from a Fluix crystal, which is made by throwing a charged Certus quartz, a nether quartz, and redstone into a puddle. Okay, let's do some of this really quickly. So we've got a bunch of nether quartz dust, a bunch of Certus quartz dust, and we've got some charged crystals. I'm going to go ahead and grab 8 of those, and 8 of those, and 8 of those, and let's head over to the only puddle I have right now, which is this. Now the first part, this plus this plus this, there we go, and I had one extra thing. This gets us these Fluix crystals, which we're going to have to grind down in a sag mill or other thing. Sag mill makes the most sense at this point. Oh. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take this over. Can always get more of that. So, go! Thank you. Makes me a whole bunch of seeds. Nice. And now we can go put all of these in this puddle. Now these will not despawn. They're designed, they're set so that they cannot despawn. And they're going to have to sit in there, and you should see these little bubbles. That means you're doing it right. And so those are going to just chug away for a little while, a very, very long while, actually. And eventually they will become full-size pure versions. let's just take a quick look. Right now you can see it says this item won't despawn 0.0%. So we'll come back in a few hours, I think. We need to find the closest meteorite. So, sorry. We're going to go straight south. There's one there and one there. Oh, there it is. Okay, so these meteorites right in the center, and we can kind of figure out the center by looking at the pattern. So it looks like it's, so this is the center going this way, and this is the center going that way. So here? I think so. These things are made of stuff that's harder than... maybe it's the same hardness as obsidian. So be ready to take some long time breaking stuff. Or have a very fast tool, I guess. So, yeah, I'll skip forward to when I actually get there. All right, and here we are. Are you going to light for me? There we go. So, if we open this guy up, we'll find... Oh, nice. So we got a inscriber silicon press, an inscriber calculation press, and 4 more skystone, which, you know, that's not nearly that exciting. But if we take a look at this, this is 2 of the 4 presses that we need. So let's go straight south and see what we can find. There we are. There's my next one. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. So we got all 4 plates in 2 meteors. The chances of that are astronomically low. So good luck finding the same as I did. Honestly, if you do, then congratulations. If you don't, I am so sorry. But I did add extra recipes so that you can convert one to another and not have to go all over the place and find them. They're not cheap, but at least they're there. Okay, so let's see how these are going. They are still at 0%. I wonder if we can make a growth accelerator sooner than later. Because good grief. Okay, growth accelerator requires quartz glass, a block of fluix, which can be done with regular fluix crystals. That's nice. Glass cable, which can also be done with regular fluix crystals, and quartz glass. And then I know that, and quartz glass is glass and any kind of crushed quartz. So that's not too bad. Now I do know that we will need either an energy acceptor, which also, okay, we can do this. So let's make some growth accelerators. Gimme. Thank you. Another search tip of the day, a pipe symbol, which is the one above your enter key typically on your keyboard, denotes an ore. So I've just typed in here basically applied accept, which is Applied Energistics energy acceptor, and growth, which is this growth accelerator with this pipe between. And so it's basically combining the 2 searches. And I'm doing this because I'm going to build one of each of these. And I don't want to have to keep going back and forth. There we go. We've got 8 of that. We've got those. Oh, we can make... Oh, I only want one energy acceptor. And we need Fluix blocks. We need one of those. And we need quartz fiber. Oh, which requires a little bit more of that quartz dust. Not a problem. So let's see. Quartz fiber. And we're definitely going to need a lot of this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a few of those. And then I don't know how many. Yeah, I can only make that many of those, but that's okay. And we can do one of these. That is acceptable. And I made 2 achievements. Advancements, whatever they are. So we need to hook this up to power. Here we go. So here's an energy acceptor. So that's going to start pulling in energy from the transfer pipe. And then I'm going to put a growth accelerator right there. And I've got a little bit more of this clear glass. I'm going to go ahead and do this, this, and that. Grab a bucket of water, and let's go pick up those seeds. Hey, it's up to 1%. Yeah, this should go a lot faster. There we go, and hopefully, device offline. Take it that's not all you need. Okay, it can only take power from the top. I did not know that, but that's okay. So you can see that this is actually doing a thing, and it's using power. And if I get too close to these, I pick them up, so I'm going to have to be careful with that. But look, they're already at 3%. Just in those few seconds. 1% from a really long time, 3% or 2 more percent in just a few seconds. It's crazy. Also, there appears to be some kind of bug with the sag mill where the sound just keeps going forever. Even if you break it. Yeah. It's annoying. Just saying. And I have a lot of coal and sand. While we're waiting for those pure crystals to grow, let's see what else we can make. So the crafting terminal is one of the things I want to make, and that's going to require an inscriber. So let's make ourselves an inscriber. Another Fluix crystal, iron, sticky pistons. That's a breeze. All right, inscriber number 1. Well, I think 1 inscriber is going to be all we need for a little while. Still no power. This way? No. This way? No. Oh, I hate the sound of breaking this stuff. It's like everything in the world's going wrong. Wait a minute. It's weird that the inscriber's being like that. Like, what if I do it this way? See how it says it's got 0 AE of 1.6 kilo AE? That's RF. It's the same thing. And it should just be, you know, hang on. There's one thing I didn't try, and that is just hooking it straight up to... Yep, okay. It'll take just a regular pipe, but it won't take its own pipes. That's obnoxious. Okay. So we're going to need a calculation processor, which requires a calculation circuit, which is a calculation press and pure Certus quartz. So we don't have that yet. But printed silicon we can do. That's an inscriber silicon press with silicon, and we've been getting some silicon. So let's do that. And yes, I say silicon and silicon interchangeably, because why not? So we throw that in there, and we throw that apparently in there, and you'll note that I was only able to put one in there at a time. This is a thing about the inscriber. It doesn't take stacks. You can, however, automate it with, like, hoppers and that kind of thing. Do I have any spare hoppers around? No, I've got to make one. Okay. We'll probably do this all by pipes pretty soon, but for now, we're just going to do it this way. So that'll automatically pop the next one in there, and away it goes. And I think we can place a hopper underneath to pull them out. But it's really fun to watch the animation. Cool, huh? So we're going to need a lot of those, so I'm just going to let that run for a while. How are we doing on these? 78%. Nice. And we also have ways of automating this process, but a lot of that stuff we're going to be waiting on for quite a while, just because we've got a lot of things to do and not a lot of time to do them. Everything can be automated eventually. So logic presses are, a logic circuit just requires gold and a logic press. So let's grab some gold and get that done. There we go. Chuck those in there. And then the way these are assembled is always the same. It's whatever this circuit is, plus the printed silicon and redstone. We're also going to need formation cores, which is more logic processors, and Fluix dust. Annihilation cores, which is more logic processors. We're going to need a lot of logic processors. And an illuminated panel, which is quartz glass, glowstone, redstone, iron. That we can do. And there we go. Now we have 3 illuminated panels. So I might need to put some other... There's ways to pump things in from every direction, but... Anyway. Ooh, are these done? Why, indeed they are. Beautiful. There we go. That's done. And now we can chuck that in there. Gonna need a few more of these. Let's just do 4 of these. Okay, so now we have logic and calculation. And we have the calculation. Now we need Fluix dust, Certus core. Okay, let's go do some of these things. So a formation core is that. An annihilation core is that. And then we just need a crafting table. Well, I think we can manage that. Oh, no, I didn't assemble that yet. Okay. And now, there we go. So now we've got ourselves an ME crafting table, or ME crafting terminal. And we can do some fun things with this, but we still have to go another couple of steps. Let's take a look at, a much bigger table is totally correct. So eventually I'm going to want to hook all of this up to my current storage. But I'm also going to need a room to kind of put all of my ME stuff, my Applied Energistics stuff. So what do you say we make ourselves a little bit of a room over here. Oh, well, the nice thing about this is I can tell exactly where I am. Because I need to get power into here. Oh, and look at that. You know what? Maybe we should come off this main branch here. So if I kind of go this way just a little bit more. There. Look at that. So this is where we're going to keep all of our kind of behind-the-scenes things for right now. See, I've got this problem. My power is here, and my drawer controller is here, and I want to hook up to both of them. So I got to bring one to the other, and I'm thinking it's going to be easier to bring power to the drawer controller. If I'm not mistaken, this is the edge of the mountain. Yes. You know what? I need a wiring floor. So I'm going to go down 2 layers, and I'm going to make myself some wiring tunnels. Okay, so here are the wires. So let's do this. And then I want to be right underneath the controller. So that is straight across from the stairs, which is one over that way. Okay. Ah, perfect. Like this. And this should open up into my other... There we go. Oh, I'm off by 1. Oh, of course I am. The way I like to do these tunnels is to actually have 2 layers of stone, or whatever the floor is made of, like that, which allows me to separate the stone, or it allows me to separate the floor from the ceiling. You know what I mean. And it gives me a little bit of space if for some reason I need to do something else. And then I like 2 spaces for me to walk in underneath the wiring, but then have all the wiring running around on the ceiling. Okay. Okay, I can seal this back off again. Though I might consider putting a window in there later. So what we need now is something called an ME storage bus, which is going to require an ME interface, which is, again, an annihilation core, a formation core, some glass, and iron. Not a problem. We have some leftovers of some of that. Those 2 guys. So we'll take one of those. And then a storage bus requires a sticky piston and a piston. So that right there should give us an ME storage bus. And then limitless potential. That's right. So now we need some more of this glass cable. Probably more than that, but we'll come back. And this is where we're going to connect in our drawer system to our gigantic crafting table that you'll see in a minute, if you haven't seen it before. So this very top one up here is the drawer controller, this guy right here. So I'm going to go ahead and place that right there. And we'll attach some cable to it. Come on. That's all the cable I've got, huh? Well, I've got power here. Let's get a little bit more cable just so you guys can see what's going on. Yeah. Do that. Put those away, and let's grab our crafting terminal. And let's see what we can do. Now, this is all very temporary because I want to show you how this works. We're not going to have this all down here. That would be silly. So if I put that like that... Oh, I forgot the energy acceptor. Hang on. We'll stick it here. So that is going to connect up our energy acceptor to our energy input, which is supplying power to everything on this line. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in, and we'll just do it like this. This is just temporary. So I'll put this crafting table right here. Okay. So I hope you followed all that. That was a little bit crazy. So we have a storage bus up there. Then we have this wire. We've got an energy acceptor to put energy into the wire. And then we have this crafting terminal that's going to let us look into it. And we can now see everything that is in our storage system. And I can throw things in there. I can take things out of there. And this crafting terminal sees all of that. So if I decide that I want to make now let's see, oh, I don't know. Don't want a spatial pylon. Let's do an ME controller. So we can look and see that it requires 4 skystone blocks, 4 pure fluix crystals, and an engineering processor. Okay. But if we hit this plus down here, it'll actually take anything that we have and put it into the crafting terminal. That was a bad example because we literally don't have any of those things. So let me pick a nether quartz shovel. There we go. We can make a nether quartz shovel. And it just automatically sticks it all in there. The one thing I like is that it will stick in things that you have, but it will just ignore the things you don't have. So you can very quickly see what's missing. And if you have it somewhere else, you can grab it and just fill it in. Unlike the normal JEI that doesn't handle that. You'll also see that it'll show like silver ingots and silver nuggets, even though we're using those in compacting drawers. So if I grab out, let's say, a stack of silver nuggets, you'll watch the silver ingots go down as well. And if I pull out silver ingots, you'll watch the nuggets go down because these are representing the same items in some cases. Hoping you're following all that. Now, I can't place things... of course I can. Oh, right, because I had empty drawers. So if we go over there, we'll actually see that those are now in these 2 drawers, and we won't be able to add any... yeah, we'll be able to add one more item, and then that's all the empty drawers, and we wouldn't be able to place anything else in there. Okay, so if I throw iron in there, no problem. If I throw pure fluix crystals in there, no problem. But now... okay, there we go. That's it. Now we're at... now there's no more room for any of these other items, and they're not going to go in there. However, if we do this, and hit plus, it sees the pure fluix crystals in this inventory and places them in there. I think I'm going to move this inscriber. And we should probably move that too, but we'll come back later when we actually need that. We'll hook the inscriber up right here for now. And we need engineering and diamond. Is that right? Yeah. That should keep making a few of those. And we'll throw that and that in there. So, this engineering processor, we need that, we need pure fluix, and we need some skystone. I think that's everything we need. Hang on, I have skystone. Isn't that what we needed? No, it wants a different kind of skystone. Interesting. Ah, there we go. I need to smelt it. Yes, I do need to move this upstairs. And I will. I promise. There we go. by default, without an ME controller, you can only have, I can't remember the actual number. Somebody will tell me in the comments, but actually, you know what? I'll look it up and I'll put it on the screen right there. And that's how many items or how many devices that you can have without an ME controller. But after a while, you actually have to have an ME controller or else your devices don't work. I'm just jumping straight to the ME controller. And I'm going to place it in here along with all of the other items for this. And we're going to work on this next time because I have run out of time. Maybe between episodes, I'll move some stuff around. I mean, I won't do anything particularly new. I'm just going to move things around so that they're in better places. And I don't have to go into the depths of my base to, you know, use this thing. Because that's just silly. I'll bring it out and I'll probably put it underneath, probably actually replace this. That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it? Especially because it's like right here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's totally what I'm going to do. And then I'm also going to show you other ways to add things into this system. So you could just make piles and piles and piles of drawers and connect them all to a drawer controller, and good grief, you could hide them in the back room somewhere. Works fine. However, there are other ways to do it. They have a whole system in Applied Energistics for storing things on drives. So all of it can, I mean, massive quantities of stuff can be in a single block. But you got to put a lot into making that happen. We'll get there later, is what I'm saying. So, while we say goodbye, I'm going to start processing some of these diamonds and emeralds. But first, I'm going to make it light, because I don't like the darkness. And neither do you. I know. You tell me all the time in my comments. And I'm horrible at it. But there you go. Bright, bright darkness from the sunlight. It's a good thing. So, as always, if you enjoyed this episode, you know the drill. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to... Go ahead. What are you supposed to do? You are supposed to hit the thumbs up button. You're supposed to subscribe. You're supposed to do other things like come by the Discord server and all those funky things. Because you're awesome and I know it. Or something like that. That I can't think of. Also, look at how many diamonds I got. That's beautiful. There's only one thing left to say, and that is, I'll see you next time on Epiktek.